Good day. Welcome to our Building Your Mindfulness and Self-Care Toolbox. I am Dr. Maureen Ponce. I am the resource counselor at Northwood High School in Silver Spring, Maryland. And we have Mr. Mohan with us today. He is a school counselor at Watkins Mill High School, and we will be presenting this session together today. Today's agenda is, it's presented here for you with all of the 3 exercises we are doing. So take a second to look at that.
So before we get going with our exercises, we want to talk a little bit about what is mindfulness, what is meditation. So think of mindfulness as a way of paying attention to what is happening right now and bringing awareness, focused awareness, and observing what's going on both inside and outside. So inside, your thoughts, your feelings, your physical sensations, and outside, how you're interacting with your surroundings, be it your environment, be it people, and keeping an open mind and without judgment. So how does mindfulness help? It really helps a person who practices mindfulness. It helps you stay focused and present in the moment. And you are intentional about the way you're directing your thoughts and your imagination. It also helps us think positive thoughts. When we are intentional and we want to be positive, we can use positive thoughts. And positive thoughts lead to positive feelings like kindness and compassion. It also helps settle our mind or rest our mind. So why should you try it? Kindness really does a lot of things. So think about when we're kind, our brain releases a chemical into our body called dopamine. And this chemical actually makes us feel happier. It reduces feelings of stress. So as oxytocin in the brain is produced, this goes through our body and then releases nitric oxide, which causes our blood vessels to expand, which has physical benefits of decreasing blood pressure and helping our circulatory system. So when we reduce inflammation in our body and our cardiovascular system, it helps us feel happier and feel less stressed. So it also, kindness and mindfulness improve our relationships with others. And, we use the phrase kindness is contagious, but think about when someone's nice to you and how that makes you feel and how you might carry that forward and be nice to someone else.
Right, so before we get started with our exercises, we always like to do a check-in. So we're going to do that today. I want you to take a minute and think about how you are feeling today. And I want you to think about it in terms of a scale from 1 to 10. 10 would mean that you are feeling good, you're feeling great. Take a minute to kind of do an internal assessment, and how would you rate yourself from a scale of 1 to 10? And now we're going to move on to our first exercise.
So our first exercise is in the presentation, because stress is a really common feeling that many of us have. So as students, as staff, we're always feeling it can be a very stressful day. So we wanted to have an activity, a really simple activity that helps maybe reduce feelings of stress that you may be having. So think for a moment, where do you feel stress? Do you know where you feel stress? Can you identify when you're starting to feel stress? Some people, it might be in their back. For some people, it's in their shoulders. Everyone's different. Think about where you feel stress. Now we're going to talk about a strategy that you can use and you can customize for your body and where you feel stress. So we're going to start this strategy by just sitting in your chair and be comfortable. Relax your body. Put your feet on the ground. Press your feet into the ground. Focus on your feet and where you're sitting. Okay. So we're going to start this exercise. Breathing is part of this exercise. As we breathe in, we're going to breathe in through our nose. We're going to hold our breath. And we're going to exhale slowly through your mouth. And as you're doing this breathing exercise, also focus on your stomach. As you breathe in, your stomach should be expanding. Okay? So let's try that breathing exercise one time before we get going. Breathe in through your nose. Hold. Feel your stomach expand. And slowly exhale through your mouth. And do that one more time. Breathe in through your nose. Hold. Breathe out through your mouth. So starting at the bottom of your feet, tense your feet up. Squeeze your feet so you feel tension in your feet. Notice what this feels like. We're going to breathe. As we breathe in, hold. And as you exhale your breath, release the tension in your feet. So breathe in through your nose. Hold, maintaining tension. Slowly exhale, and as you do, release the tension in your feet. Focus on how your feet feel right now. So now we're going to work our way up our body. So hold tension in your legs, in your calves, in your thighs. Tense your legs. Feel that tension. Breathe in through your nose. Hold. And slowly exhale through your mouth. And as you do, release, slowly release the tension in your legs. Focus on how your legs feel right now. Relax your body. We're going to move up. So focus from your pelvis up to your shoulders. And as we breathe in, you're going to hold that tension. And we breathe out, you're going to let the tension go. So tense your body from your pelvis to your shoulders. Breathe in through your nose. Hold that breath and notice and feel that tension. Slowly exhale, releasing the tension as you do through your mouth. Notice how your body feels. Did your shoulders move when you exhaled? Did your posture change? Think about where you are right now physically. We're going to do one more. We're going to move up to our neck and our head. Remember, don't hurt yourself. Just hold tension in your neck and your head. As we breathe in through our nose, we're going to hold that tension. And then we're going to slowly exhale. Okay? So breathe in through your nose, holding tension. Hold. Slowly exhale, releasing the tension. So think about how your body felt doing that. And think about how you could change this exercise and focus it on whatever part of the body that you're feeling stress. If you need a quick exercise that you can do in the classroom, at home, on the school bus, that you can use that no one will even know you're doing it. You can do this exercise, breathing, intention, and release on any one area of your body, or you can do your whole body like we just did. Whatever works best for you. So that is a simple and effective strategy that you can try for reducing feelings of stress. So the next exercise we're going to talk about is palm the present. So sit in a comfortable position. I'm going to do a few more calming breaths before we get going with calm the present. So in addition to stress, we talk a lot with students about anxiety. It's especially now in our environment, in our public health environment, we talk a lot about anxiety, excuse me. It's something we're all dealing with. This is an exercise that can help reduce some feelings of anxiety. So we wanted to give you a usable, actionable exercise. So sometimes when we're feeling anxious, our brain gets really busy and we need to calm our brain down. We need to sort of slow down and slow down our thought process. And this exercise can be beneficial for some folks. So we're going to try it today, and you can rewatch this video and try it again after and practice these strategies to help you. So sit in a comfortable position. As with many of our exercises, breathing is a really important component. So we're going to continue breathing in through the nose, holding, and exhaling through the mouth. So as you're breathing, we're going to bring our hands up to our heart with our palms facing each other about a foot apart. So hold your hands in front of your heart about a foot apart and breathe in through your nose. Hold and exhale. Now, ever so slowly, bring your hands together. Don't touch, just slowly bring your hands towards each other. When you feel the energy between your hands, just go ahead and stop. Focus on your hands. Think about how this feels. Does it feel awkward? Do you feel sensations in your palms, in your fingers? Observe this sensation. Focus on it. Do you feel warmth? Is the pressure constant, or do you feel like your hands are shaking? Focus on this. Now gently put your hands together just until your fingertips touch each other. Notice how that felt. Touch your fingers together with really, really light touch. Now imagine the energy going from one hand to the other. Just visualize that. Going from your right hand into your left hand. Now, put your palms together. Notice that your fingers straighten out and how the heat builds up in your palms. Now, pause for a moment. Breathe in through your nose. Hold that breath. Slowly exhale through your mouth. Do that one more time and focus on your breathing. Focus on your body. Breathe in through your nose. Hold and exhale. Now that your hands are touching, raise your elbows to the side. So try to raise your elbows up so they're in line with your hands. Notice the tension in your shoulders and your back. Exert some pressure on your hands. Not enough pressure to hurt yourself, but just enough pressure so you're feeling it. Focus on how that feels in your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders, back. I'm going to hold this for 3 seconds. Then let your shoulders and elbows relax and fall, and let gravity slowly bring your arms down. So you do not have any pressure in your arms. They're just resting. Take a moment. We're going to breathe and focus on your body. Breathe in through your nose. Hold. Exhale through your mouth. Focus on how it feels to build up energy in your body and release that energy, and the physical sensation in your body after. Take a few moments and just think about how your body uses energy and releases energy, and how you feel in your body when you release that built up energy. Again, this exercise helps settle our brain. It focuses on our body and our breathing, which then allows our brain to settle down and can help reduce feelings of anxiety. So I'm going to transition over to Dr. Ponce, who's going to work on the next exercise.
Thank you. And for our final exercise today, we wanted to practice some gratitude. You might say to yourself, well, why gratitude? Why is that so important? Well, honestly, gratitude really helps us remember what is good in our lives. So many times we are focused on things that may have happened in the past, and we relive our past experiences. And sometimes we spend a lot of time focused and worried on our future. So when you replace those thoughts with thoughts that are good and focus on things that are good that have happened to you, it actually generates a greater sense of happiness. And it's very easy in life sometimes to take, forget about the wonderful things that are happening to us and take those things for granted. So in this exercise, I want to show you how to harness some of your gratitude to take full advantage and thereby reduce some of the stress you might be experiencing. So once again, hopefully you're still in a comfortable position, but get yourself in a comfortable spot. Hopefully it's nice and quiet in your area and you're able to focus here. Focus on the moment, taking in all of the sensory experiences and keeping your mind very still. Say, for this, I am grateful. You are being grateful for being alive, for breathing, for being able to feel. Now, bring into awareness one person, event, or experience, or anything about which you can be grateful. Repeat, for this, I am grateful. Don't just say the words. Let yourself feel the good feelings that accompany that thought. Think of the person in detail, or maybe the event or the experience. What are you thankful for when you think of that person, that event, or that experience? As you concentrate on feeling thankful, breathe deeply and fill up with gratitude. Focus now on yourself. Find one thing that you love about yourself and say, for this, I am grateful. Think of a person who truly cares about you, what they love about you. Say, for this, I am grateful. Think of one situation, maybe yesterday or this past week, that made you feel grateful. And say, for this, I am grateful. Thank you for participating in that third exercise. I just wanted to make sure I shared out with you some other ways of maintaining a spirit and a focus of gratitude. And there's some great, really easy things to do. Keeping a gratitude journal is a great way to kind of capture those thoughts. Remember, the idea is, trying to minimize our thoughts of past and the worry of the future, and focus in the present on the things that impact our lives in a positive way. So keeping a gratitude journal is always a great way to be able to capture that. Another great one is a gratitude jar where you can pick it any size you want. You can use the container at home, whatever you have. You don't need to buy anything for this. You can even make it a gratitude envelope if you don't have a jar at home. You can decorate it, and then you can use index cards or papers and kind of capture some of those thoughts, those things, those events, those people for which you are grateful for. And then at night before you go to sleep, always before you kind of fall asleep, is just thinking about something great that happened, something that you can be grateful for, even if life is not going the way you want it, is trying to always focus on what is one thing that I can be grateful for in spite of the circumstances that I might be going through, and kind of have that as some of your last thoughts before you snooze for the evening. So as we end our activity for today and this session, we want to take a moment to kind of do some self-checking in as we did at the beginning, and now we're going to do a checkout. And we once again want to go back to focus on how we're feeling right now. You have that number in your head from the beginning of the session, so I want you to keep that number there. And now I want you to think about and kind of focus on how you're feeling right now. And if you were to give yourself a number from 1 to 10, 10 being feeling great, awesome. What number would that be at this point? And if I were with you here and you were, if we were sitting together, I'd want to know, is there a difference from how we started the session and how we're ending today? And just noticing if there is a difference and you're in the improvement as far as feeling better about yourself, just making a notation about that and knowing that when you practice some of these exercises that don't take a whole lot of time, they really make an impact on how you're feeling about yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, that then really allows you to, have a better focus for your day and kind of continue doing the things that you need to do. And then I want you to notice if there's a particular part of your body where you might be feeling different. So that's really important because sometimes you may start a session and at the beginning you might have felt really tense, maybe in your head, maybe your shoulders, your back, even your feet, your belly. Are you noticing any place in your body where you might be feeling a little different? So that's part of being mindful, is always being attuned and paying attention to your body, because your body speaks to you and lets you know how you're doing. So this is a great way to always check in with yourself as you're going through your day. Before we end, we wanted to just share some resources with you. Mindfulness is really a great strategy. It's a great tool to help when you're feeling stressed. And even if you're not feeling stressed, it's just a great way to just maintain your health and your well-being and provide yourself with self-care. I know everybody has a phone. Most individuals have phones. So if you have one, there's wonderful apps out there that you can get that are free that really can help if you're learning some of these practices and you want a little coaching that can provide that coaching. There's also lots of YouTube videos. You can watch something that's 2 minutes, 15 minutes, depending on your attention span and how much time you have. Those are great places to kind of get some additional coaching to practice some of these strategies and to learn new ones. We just presented 3, but literally there are hundreds of strategies that you could practice to build and support your health, well-being, and your wellness. And so on behalf of Mr. Mohan and myself, we want to thank you for spending time with us today. I'm not sure if you're watching this in the morning, in the middle of the day, or in the evening, but thank you for spending time with us. We are so grateful that you shared this space with us today and you joined us, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you. And
Thank you.
we hope to see you and meet you soon.